Over the years, Sonic Speed Simulator has had its fair share of collabs, from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the World Cup. But after watching the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie, I wondered what would a Spider-Man x Sonic Speed Simulator collab look like? Well, that's what I've prepared for you in today's video, because I've made a fully fledged Spider-Man Brand New Day event in Sonic Speed Simulator. Make sure to stick around till the end of the video if you want to see some crazy stuff. I hope you guys enjoy, and with that, let's head straight into it. Alright, and here we are. As you guys can see, we have the Brand New Day event. And the main premise of this event is that we can pick from 4 different teams, and our options being Team Spider, Team Punisher, Team Scorpion, and Team Hulk. Each team has its own event, but after you complete all 4 of them, you can unlock the Spidey the Hedgehog skin. More on him later. Anyways, let's start off at looking at the Webbed Warrior event, and this is of course to unlock our boy Spider-Man. First of all, our main quest is to collect 500 web fluid around New York. And yes, New York will be the brand new world for this event. I have a full breakdown of it in just a little bit. But the first reward we have here is the Spider Chow, and honestly, these are super dope. They're just like little Chow cosplaying as Spider-Man. They're probably big fans, you know what I mean? But our second reward is probably one of the cooler things in this event because it is the swinging emote. And it's essentially just a little party trick you can do. You'll spit out some webs, you'll do a little bit of a flip, and that's a swing. Think similar to the Spider-Man emote from Fortnite. It would be usable on any skin and just a little fun thing. Now, our third reward here is the Web Trail, and as you guys can see, it's meant to be very similar to the organic webbing that Spider-Man unlocks in the movie. But finally, the main skin in this event is of course Spider-Man himself, and this guy, he's just super cool. He would have his own built-in emote that lets you take his mask on and off. So if you ever feel like changing between the normal style and the Tom Holland style, you can do that. Now, next up, we have the Skull Squad quest, and obviously this is to represent the Punisher. He was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie with all his banter with Peter Parker. And for those of you that are huge fans of him, you'll know he's a very violent character with his language and all that. And that's why his first reward is the Mad emote. It's of course him saying something foul and it being censored. Although next up, we have the Shotgun Fast Friend, and I think this one's a little bit of a joke. It'll probably be like a meme fast friend, where the more you star it up, the more barrels it gets. And it fits the Punisher since he's all about shooting. But moving on, you'll unlock the Frank's Truck vehicle. This will obviously add to the roster of cars we have in the game. Right now we have the Speedster Lightning and the Dark Reaper. And if you've seen the movie, you'll know it's his iconic vehicle that he uses in multiple scenes, and it's actually where we first see him. So it's a nice little representation of that. Finally, we unlock Frank Castle, or the Punisher. And he would honestly be one of the coolest skins in the game with his vibe. He's got all the guns, his skull, it's just epic. Now, if you're wondering, this time around, the quest is to break targets in the Truck Rampage race. And yes, the Rampage race is another major thing coming to this update. It would basically be a drive around the streets of New York City at nighttime, where you can use Frank Castle's truck. And then basically, you just gotta hit as many things like badniks as you can in that time. It's pretty simple, but you've got to destroy 1,000 things. And if you haven't noticed already, these events have a special little complete all tasks to unlock banner in the bottom right, and it's actually personalized for each event. Just a small little detail I added. Now guys, before we continue the video, I just want to ask your guys' help in making sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers before Sonic 5 releases, and your support would really help me out a ton. I make Sonic Speed Simulator videos throughout the week, from custom concepts to update videos to everything in between. So if that sounds cool to you, make sure to hit that button. Now, moving on, our next event in this series is the Scorpion Sting. And for those of you OGs, you'll have recognized Scorpion from the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. And this time around, the quest is actually pretty niche. We have to run steps in search of VMAX, and it's a reference you'll get if you watch the movie. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. But our first reward is the Arachnid board, and this is very similar to the Matrix hoverboard. Instead of blue, it's green. And that is my favorite hoverboard in the game, so this is just a little spin on that. But moving on, we have another emote, and this one is just a pretty funny joke. It's the Take the Tail emoji. Similar to like Take the L and stuff, you can just take the tail since it's his main weapon. He fights Spider-Man with it a lot. It's just a little funny nod. And moving on, we have the Scorpion Trail. Guys, don't slander me. I genuinely could not think of anything better to use for a trail, so here you go. But finally, we have Mac Gargan himself, the Scorpion. Although he had a minor role in the movie, I absolutely love his character, and he's got a pretty cool character. He has the built-in tail sting emote, where his tail will just wiggle around in the air. It's basically the emoji, however it's only for his skin. And obviously, this guy would have the villain rarity since he is pretty much a villain in the movie. And he's actually got the easiest of all 4 of the quests since it's just running steps. And for our last quest, we have the Gamma Rays event, which of course unlocks you the Incredible Hulk. This time around, our quest is to smash objects around New York, and what we can unlock is some pretty cool stuff. Firstly, we have the Gamma board, which is essentially the beginner hoverboard, but a lot more green, and this time it will be a bit bigger so it can fit the Hulk. And then after that, we have the Hulk Chow, which again, I couldn't really find anything perfect to fit the Hulk, so I just have a Chaos Chow except a little bit more green. That is followed by the Smashin' emote, and this is just a simple thing. It would be like taking both of his hands and like stomping them on the ground, similar to how he does in the movies. And finally, you can unlock the Hulk. I feel like it's a pretty self-explanatory skin. He would probably be the same size as some of the mechs in the game, you know? I'm surprised at how little of the Hulk we saw in the movie itself, but you know, he was very good in the scenes he was in. And this guy actually has a lot going for him, because to start off, he'll be the normal Hulk. And if you want, you can use the built-in emote to transform him between this Hulk and the Bruce Banner style. But let's say you're in a boss fight or fighting badniks, egg drones, stuff like that, and you're taking lots of damage. Well, in that case, you would actually get angered up and turn into the Grey Hulk from the movie. The Grey Hulk would be basically the same, just a little bit bigger, and it would do a lot more damage. And on the event side of things, that's pretty much covers it. But of course, we have to go back to our ultimate prize for completing all 4 events, and that is Spidey the Hedgehog. And as you can see, what I'd have here is a little simple menu where you see, after completing all 4 of the Brand New Day events, you can unlock and play as Spidey the Hedgehog, as well as use the brand new web swing ability permanently in the game. If you're wondering, the web swing ability would basically operate exactly how it would in any other Avengers game, in like the Spider-Man games and all that, where you can just swing around and grapple. I guess it would just be like a fun little addition, you know, to make the skin feel a little more unique. Of course, the base Spider-Man skin would also have this, however you'd need to complete all 4 quests to gain access to the ability. And last but not least, we need to talk about the new event zones, because here we have, first of all, New York City. I feel like I've been talking about it a lot in the video, but I haven't really explained it. So if you didn't know, most of the movie takes place in New York City, because that's where Spider-Man operates. It would be a very large world, similar to the size of Kronos Island, but it would actually be very similar to New York, although a little bit more modern and just realistic. There would be cars everywhere, trucks, vans, civilians, objects. It would be very laggy, but all these objects would be there so that if you're completing the Hulk event, you can just destroy all these objects. But of course, our second activity, which I've already explained, is the Punisher Rampage race. This could very well be a permanent race in the game, because it would just be pretty dope, simple. There could be an action and a drag race variant. However, I wouldn't want New York City to be a permanent world, because I'd want it to be gone after this event, specifically so that he can return around the release of Avengers Doomsday. That's right guys, I would envision another Marvel collab for Sonic Speed Simulator with Avengers, since the movie is coming out later in the year. Anyways guys, that's it for the custom concept. I spent tons of time making it, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Drop a comment on what you rate the different concepts, and if you watch Spider-Man Brand New Day, let me know your thoughts. Plus, keep an eye out for an upcoming video on an Avengers Doomsday concept. With that, I'll see you in the next one.